Hi, everyone. Today we're talking about finding the right property management. So I'm Smita from Syndication Sisters, and we buy multifamily properties. And there's a lot of things I've learned about buying multifamily properties, but probably the biggest one is choosing the right property management. They can literally make or break you. And I'm currently in the middle of a situation in the Midwest that it's just been so illuminating. For the past year or so, we had been working with this property management, and they've been horrible, to be really honest. They were making side deals with the residents, but not disclosing it. The numbers were never matching. They were starting to run the building into the ground. And when we finally moved them on, we were pretty excited because we found a new company. And we felt that, okay, it was a big move and financially it impacts us, but at least we had done it now. And once we made that move, within 3 weeks, a car hit the building in the middle of the night, and then it reversed and hit another unit in the building, and it broke the windows and the brick around it. And Jetla and I were floored. We got this phone call saying, hey, the police are coming. There's been some sort of damage to your building. We never knew who it was. There was no license plate. There was nothing. So anyways, when we first talked to the property management, they came up with great ideas. It's the new property management. And luckily they helped us find the right vendors at a good cost to help make the repairs. So we thought, okay, thank God we had a rainy day fund. And then 3 weeks later, I was on vacation, and suddenly I see in my inbox photos from the flood on the 3rd floor. And I'm thinking, we just switched and we just had that car incident. What else could it be? And here we had a tenant take the hanger and put it on the sprinkler system to dry his clothes. And he broke the 3-inch pipe, and it flooded from the 3rd floor to the 1st floor within 35 minutes. It was $70,000 worth of damage. And I was about to start crying because I just couldn't understand this wonderful building, darling building, just keeps getting hit with different things. And I called our property management this time, and I said, I'm really afraid to ask you about the cost and the next steps. And it just sounds overwhelming. And they said, honestly, you don't have to worry about it. The maintenance manager came as soon as the sprinkler system went off and took a photo of that hanger there. And because you have landlord liability insurance, we made sure that all the tenants had landlord liability insurance so that you're not responsible if someone does something like that. So at that moment, I thought, oh my goodness, I could not believe how lucky we were to have such a good property management. And I've taken some time to distill what's important about a good property management from a poor one, or one that won't put you first. And I wanted to share some of those ideas I have to help you out when you're choosing your property management. So in choosing the right property management, you want to look at 4 factors. And one is mainly, how do they operate and how are they structured? When we found this new property management that's working in the Midwest, they were wonderful. They were very clear, and they had their boundaries. And they also had a setup with 4 strong structures, one being the main leader, second being tenant operations, third being accounting, and last being maintenance. They have high communication, and the leadership has high integrity. They put your property before themselves, or at least at the same level of yourselves. And they have very clear rules about that. So you want to look for a team that is going to keep their eye out for you. Sort of like this team that had the landlord liability insurance in place for us. Thank you. They have strong accounting. When I call the accounting manager weekly, she has her accounts payable and receivables down. She can negotiate with the vendors, which we needed to do because we had the car hit the building 3 weeks before, and then we had insurance. And on top of that, our lender had required some other fixes. So to manage all of those projects, you need a strong accounting manager, and she was able to do that. You also need to make sure you have visual access to the bank accounts, because that could make or break knowing your operations, your income and expenses. You want someone who's strong with tenant relations and has a good relationship with accounting, that they have a map of what the pricing is in the area, the comparables, and they're aware of what the building is doing on its own, meaning the move-ins, the move-outs. They're planning 60 to 90 days in advance. A good manager has a focus of creating community. And what I mean by that is they keep the building in good flow. And when your tenants feel that they're taken care of, then they want to stay. And when they stay, it's less turnover. And what does that mean for the owner? It means less make-readies and less money out of pocket. It means that you have a much smoother operations. It's a good thing. And then lastly, maintenance. Is your maintenance manager as good as mine, going in as soon as the sprinkler system goes off and taking that photo of the hanger so we can send it to insurance? Are they in good connection with the tenant manager? Do they have very clear rates and they don't abuse the amount of time that they're using for labor? Do they get the projects done on time? So all of these things are very important in making your project work well and making it effective. So if you want to hear more or learn more, give me a call, reach out to me on Syndication Sisters on Facebook. I'd love to talk to you, and thank you. Take care.